I know it's late, you know, but I had to work early this morning, and I figured, hey, why not just make it a primetime showing, shall we? Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And Women's Wednesday of stand-up comedy back at us one more time here. Glad to say it so. And we're gonna get into somebody today that I have not gotten to before, and hopefully we're gonna have some fun doing it. We're gonna get into some Retta today. Well, I have never heard of this woman before, and I'm always trying to like add new excitement to this day, you know, something that we can all laugh at and have a good time with. I've gotten to a lot of good things new things that I haven't seen before because of Women's Wednesday, and I'm happy to say that. So yeah, man, we're gonna add somebody else to the list and see what's going on. So yes, Retta is on the list today, and this one's going to be titled Tells It Like It Is. Okay, well, hey, you know, I'm all fan for that. You know, I love telling it like it is, or at least how I envision it anyway, or how I see it, whatever. Yeah, it's just like everyone interprets the world in their own little special ways. Some others a lot more special than others. But yeah, man, we're gonna see how she's telling it like it is. So yes, we're gonna get into this one, like I said. And this one was suggested to me by one of my very loyal subscribers out there. And definitely gonna shout her out today. Michelle G, thank you so much for putting me on to this comedian right here. You've been a very consistent commenter in a lot of my videos, and I want to say I appreciate you very much. And it's always like a refreshing thing to see your comments. You know, you always got something nice to say, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you again for the suggestion, and we're gonna get into it like I said. So Retta with Tells It Like It Is. And if you like this reaction, please boom on the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple zingers at your boy. Friendly dialogue, no drama here. All right? None. Don't want to hear it. So yeah, man, back for another one. You know, I said I had to work a little bit today, so I know it's a little bit late, you know, with this one coming out, but hopefully y'all are still awake to see a little something, and hopefully you guys like it. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Retta with Tells It Like It Is, right here on Eddie B TV, Women's Wednesday of stand-up. Let's get back to it and have a good time. All right. Yes, are we ready? I think we are. I very much think we are. So yeah, let's get situated with this one, and here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to welcome our next performer on the stage. Not only a very gifted stand-up comedian, but one of the stars of one of my favorite shows on television, Parks and Recreation. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Retta!
I've never seen Parks and Recreation before. What's up, Big Mama?
How's everybody doing? So I'm the black girl. It's okay. I'm used to it.
All right.
Been this way a long fucking time. So I'm here to talk about race. That's cool. We're all a little racist. What I can't stand is when people are boldly racist. You know, I prefer old school racism, where you talk shit about me behind my back or behind closed doors. Now, old school racism is not to be confused with old-fashioned racism.
Oh.
Okay? These are two very different things.
Okay.
Old school racism is passive, while old-fashioned racism, a lot more aggressive, a lot more in your face. It was all the rage in the 50s and 60s with its high-powered fire hoses and its public hangings. Yeah, that's the kind of racism I don't prefer because, quite frankly, I don't like to get my hair wet. Okay? So I accept that we're all a little racist, and I include myself in that. I still make generalizations about you people. For example, I still believe that white people can't really feel cold. Which is why you can wear shorts and flip-flops in 40-degree weather. As a black woman who turns on her heat in September, I find this to be a bit peculiar. But as an old school racist, I keep that shit to myself.
Okay, I got you.
It's only during high stress situations that I find that my racism rears its ugly head. Like when I've been in line at the DMV for an hour and the blonde in front of me insists on flipping her hair forward and back until it brushes across my face and sticks to my lip gloss. That is a situation where a white girl might find herself getting snatched by a black woman.
Okay.
Or at the airport, when the ticket agent announces that they will begin boarding first class. And the executive platinum frequent flyer business traveler bumps and pushes past me because he assumes I'm flying ammo class with the rest of the plebes. Excuse you, John J. McAllister III. I'm assigned to seat 2D, bitch. Recognize.
Yeah, you better recognize. I got moolah.
But my racism is most evident when I'm driving, because I have an obscene and unrelenting case of road rage. I am what you might call a psycho bitch behind the wheel, who's also a little racist. But I'm here to tell you that it is a new fucking day, people. It is a new fucking day. Because I was in my car headed towards a light, towards an intersection. Now, there's another young lady headed towards this. I'm traveling east to west. She's traveling north to south. Now, she too would like to move east to west. So my light is about to turn yellow. So all she has to do is wait 10 seconds for the right of way. But instead of waiting the 10 seconds for her rightful turn, she takes it upon herself to risk my life and property by gunning it and making the turn just as I enter the intersection. Oof. This little entitled bitch, and I think at this point we all know what I was really thinking. This little entitled white bitch cuts me off. So I immediately go to my angry black woman who has no patience for entitled white bitches place, right? Okay. So now I'm about to gun it so I can pull up next to her and give her the bitch, you know who the fuck you just cut off face, right?
Oh yeah.
I am looking to intimidate the shit out of her when I notice that she's got an Obama hope sticker on her bumper.
Oh.
And that's when I said, you know what?
Oh.
I'm gonna let this one go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a pass on this one, Marcy, because it is a new fucking day. Just know that this type of shit did not fly during the Bush administration. Yeah, I'd have lit your ass up. Know this. Because normally I'd want to strangle this trick. But it was the Obama hope sticker that convinced me to Barack the choke and let that bitch go. That's my time. Thank you guys for paying attention.
Okay. Telling it like it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, you can take it.
Oh, okay, that's the end of that one. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, she was definitely telling it like it was up in that one right there, man. I think we all do, you know, have a lot of what she said in us, racism. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, that was Retta with Tells It Like It Is. Well, I'd like to think that's what I do for the most part myself, tell it like it is. But, you know, like I said, it's always our own version of what it is, you know what I mean? So everybody's different, but yeah, we all know what that's about. Well, man, she wants to talk about race, huh? Big black woman, by the way, you know what I mean? I've known a lot of them in my life, got some of them in my family, understand me. But you know what, man? You know, I think it is true. We all have a little bit of racism in us. But like what she said, you know what I mean? Like, not old-fashioned, you know what I mean? But, you know, a different kind of racism. It's kind of like passive and quiet. Even I have that in me. But the quietness still doesn't come out in a form of like racial slurs or like crazy hate or nothing like that. But it does come out in the form of anger sometimes. Like, obviously, what's one stereotype when she was talking about driving, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, Asian people can't drive. That's a stereotype. Well, you know, fine. You know what I mean? If I were to get cut off by somebody in traffic that happened to be Asian, you know, I'd probably think, you know, the stereotype, you know, just for fun. But, you know, with a little anger attached to it, you know, just a little something like, followed by Asian drivers or something like that, you know? But, you know what, man? I've had racism in me towards white people, black people, Mexican people, Asian people, whoever. I mean, it's just like, I think that a healthy type of racism, if there is such a thing, you know what I mean, always takes place with the crazy stereotypes. And then you immediately just shift gears and it doesn't matter anymore. That's the kind that I exhibit anyway. But you know what, man? The things she was talking about in here, man, it's like the lack of awareness in some people, man. If like somebody was throwing their hair around and hitting me in the face, I'd be like, I wouldn't even bite my tongue or even reach for a fight. I would just be like, excuse me, you know, you hit me in the face with your hair. And then if they were to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize, okay, fine. See, that's a nice little, you know, interaction. But then if it was just like a look like, so I'd be like, oh man, I'm about to, right in the dome, man. I ain't got no time for that. You know, I'm speaking about, of course, a dude that might have long hair. Just in case y'all was wondering. But yeah, another thing, let me see. People assuming that you're one of the peasants, you know, whatever the hell that means. You know, I consider myself a peasant, you know what I mean, in certain situations, and one of the royalty in the room sometimes as well. So the fact that people don't recognize that, man, I think it's not so much as racist as just disrespectful, you know, like a milder form of disrespect as opposed to racism. But yes, I do get very, very angry, you know, in traffic, you know what I mean? Because I'm a psycho dude behind the wheel, because I just like to drive a reasonable limit, you know what I mean, and just make normal moves. A lot of people like to make twisted moves, man, and it does put a lot of people's lives at risk, myself included. I've been cut off, almost ran off the road dozens of times in life, like we all have. And I've seen a lot of people like keep their turn signal on, not realizing that, just things that just make you a little shaky and tense in an angry way. And if a person happens to be a different race than you, a little bit of racism might come out of it. You never know. But it always is to yourself, you know, behind closed doors, behind somebody's back, because I think that is a healthy form of racism. Because racism, it really isn't going away. You know what I mean? I don't particularly care about it to the point of no return like some people might, but you know, I know it exists. I'm not one of these fools that's like, oh, racism doesn't exist. That's the biggest dumb piece of shit thing anyone could ever say. But I just think that race is always funny to talk about, because it's like, there's so many people that think there's things you can't say, you know, and there's things you can't ask questions about, things you can't talk about. It's like, well, if people really want to assume that they want to get along with everyone and can't we all just get along type of thing, you got to have those conversations. I have them all the time. And I don't care who it makes feel uncomfortable, because one, I'm not reaching to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And if you do feel uncomfortable, maybe that's not a poor reflection of me. Maybe that's a poor reflection of you, because maybe I'm actually wanting to confront something and tell it like it is, you know what I mean, or whatever. And I want to hear how you tell it like it is, you know, so that way we can actually develop that common ground and figure out some things that we didn't know before. You know, I think that's how really people could really get along, if anything, if they really wanted to try. Have uncomfortable conversations about things that don't, you know, people not coming at you with N-word this or whatever, white slur, Mexican slur, Asian slur that. It's just like, hey, can I ask a question about something, followed by, I'm confused about boom, 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 and then they'll probably bulge their eyes out a little bit, because it's like, ooh, wow, they really want to know this. Well, let me explain a few things to you, and then hopefully you can exchange some friendly dialogue, that kind of stuff. But you know, a lot of people, man, they don't want to admit that there might be something that they're wrong about, confused about, and just wouldn't really know about, so they know what lines not to cross, you know? Because there's a lot of lines you don't cross, but then at the same time, if someone does cross that line, do you really have to clap back? Because maybe you might expose some truths about yourself, you know? You know, it's one of the things my grandfather said to me about the N-word is that, you know, if someone calls you that and you respond to it in a violent way, you just proved them right, that you are one. You know, so I just always look at it like, okay. Just backpedal a little bit. As long as they don't get violent, try to put their hands on me, then, you know, it's all good. I can really let a lot of things go. But I like what she had to talk about in this one, man. She's awesome. somebody cut me off in traffic like that, sometimes I want to catch up to him, but I like how she ended it talking about, oh, the white girl got an Obama sticker, huh? Okay. All right. You did kind of scare me a little back there, put my life at risk, but you want to know something? You get a pass because you got Obama. You know what I mean? It's like an in-house sort of pass, so to speak. But yeah, I like what she had to say. She was funny as hell, man. She wasn't really laugh out loud funny, but you know, the thing that she was talking about, it's like something that we all have in common, so it's very easy to laugh at some of the things she was saying. But she was definitely funny with what she was talking about, no lie about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. Thank you one more time to Michelle G. Thank you so much for suggesting her. I didn't know, because I haven't seen Parks and Recreation, so I didn't know she was on that. I don't know how familiar she is in other shows, movies, whatever, you know, because I've never even heard of her before until today. So thank you very much for suggesting that. And someone tell me, y'all tell me, is Parks and Recreation a good show? I've never seen it, so I don't know. So maybe it might provide a little incentive for me to actually check the show out one day. So yeah, thank you very much for the suggestion one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up one more time. Retta with Tells It Like It Is. And if you like that reaction, please put on the like button for me one more time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple zingers at your boy. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? Just questions, you know, kind of like the most productive racism that we were just discussing just a second ago. All right, this is gonna be Eddie B TV signing off one more again here. Another newbie added to the Women's Wednesday of Stand-Up Comedy list. I think it's a pretty good list that we got, you know what I mean? If you check out all the videos, if you'd like in your own spare time. I'm definitely gonna get to some more newbies in the future, but yeah, this was a good one, and I like what she had to talk about. She made it funny. It was kind of like something that we all have in common, like I said, the type of thing that we can all just kind of bond with each other and laugh about little things and all that, because it's definitely real, especially at the DMV. I haven't had to go to the DMV in a while, but you know what, man, like the memories of it, they weren't all pleasant, obviously. It's where you find the most unsavory people at the most unsavory times, you know. But it is what it is, man. You got to deal with it. It's part of the human thing that we do, and it just is what it is. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in one more time to this one. I had a lot of fun getting to it. If there's any more Retta clips that you guys want me to see out there, if you're a fan of her, please drop them in the comments, and hopefully we can get to them in the future. Have a good time even more. So until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.